The Broncos guard that goes 100% all the time grew up in a city of Omaha, Nebraska. Holly Hild only started the game because of her parents 14 years ago.
It's kind of a funny story. So I didn't even know what basketball was, and my parents just kind of signed me up for it. So they told me, they're like, oh, hey, you're starting a YMCA basketball league next week. And I was like, what the heck, what's that? And they're like, you just run down the court. I'm like, that sounds awful. Why would I want to do that?
Hild definitely does remember her first game.
I didn't. I had never practiced before because our practice got canceled. So I sat on the bench first and I was just watching to see what they were doing because, like I said before, I had no idea what basketball was, and I just knew you just run back and forth, and that's all you had to do. And that's what I did my first game.
Hild described her parents as competitive people, so that helped her grow up because she's an only child. It wasn't until 8th grade where Hild found the love for the game, even though she started playing club around 6th grade.
I had a coach who was actually the men's varsity coach at Boys Town, and he was a very intense guy, and he fit in quite well with my attitude of things. I do things very intensely, and he influenced that as well, and I just started falling in love with the competitive nature of it.
It was an easy choice for Hild to choose between basketball and soccer.
I decided basketball just because it fit in with the competitive nature that I've always grown up with. I don't really know why I fell so much in love with the game, but I did.
I don't remember when or how many offers she got, but she does know why she picked Hastings College.
I decided to go to Hastings because I came to campus and I practiced with the team, and they just were smiling from head to toe, every single one of them, and they were all laughing with each other, and I thought this could be a place I'd fit in, and it was. Carrie Hofstetter just showed me what Hastings had to offer, and I absolutely fell in love.
Hild, amongst the others, found the month of the transition of the coaches difficult.
That was a really hard month for all of us, I think, because we didn't know what we were going to do. We didn't know if Coach Perone was going to stay or not, and so we were all in limbo, who's leaving, who's staying, but then Coach Douglas came in, and I think we've been really blessed with such a wonderful coach.
Head coach Gina Douglas was amazed by Holly's efforts right away.
I thought she reacted well. The thing with Holly is she goes 100% even when, maybe you're not supposed to go 100%. So one of the first things I noticed when I was hired, we were in the weight room, and Sarge was our strength coach at that time, and there was just a warm-up thing, just getting him loose, and he's like, all right, go 70%. And the whole team was like, Holly? Holly, this is for you. You're only supposed to go 70%, and that's just Holly's personality. And, when I was first hired, it was like that from the beginning. She was ready to go and kind of set the tone for everyone else.
Improvement on both sides is something Douglas has seen a lot in Hild over 3 years.
She's always been great defensively. Always really, really good, and she takes on that challenge. Her eyes kind of light up when the other team has a really good wing, and it's her job to guard her and try to shut her down. But I think, just decision-making on offense, she's gotten better. Just knowing when to attack and when not to, and when, if teams go under a ball screen, when to stop and pop and stuff like that. So I think her decision-making has gotten a lot better as she's gotten older.
The number 13 was not chosen for Holly Hild, but was given.
So on my club team in 7th grade, we just randomly got assigned numbers, and I got the number 13, and everyone was saying, oh, that's so unlucky, blah, 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 and I kind of took it as my identity, and I rolled with it, and I had a really good year, and that was probably the time where I started falling in love with basketball in the first place, and so I've just kept it throughout.
Hild's parents are her biggest supporters.
They have only missed one game in the last 4 years, and that's because there was a blizzard outside. They didn't want to drive 7 hours. You can always see my dad taking pictures on the sidelines, and you can always hear my mom through the web stream. So they've always been there for me.
Team is one of the many words Hild picked out to describe her life lessons that the game has given her.
I always tell people that sports, the most important thing you get out of sports is the team aspect. You learn how to work with people, and you learn how to interact with different personalities and how to integrate that all together. And we've become a family, and that has been the most important thing in my life and such a wonderful learning lesson.
Mind and heart is something that basketball has taught Hild.
I have learned that there are some things in life that I never believed I'd be able to do, but you only need the mental capability to be able to do it.
Hild had one game in mind when choosing her favorite memory.
Oh, for sure beating DAC West at home last year. Yeah.
Dakota Wesleyan was the #1 team at the time, and Hastings beat them 65-62. Hild would like to thank her parents for all of the support throughout her years, along with coaches and teammates. Hild will graduate in May with a major in chemistry.
What you guys say for this one? It was magnificent. This needs to be cut. Oh, it was snaps. Hit me with it.
Would you rather be 6'8" or would you rather be 4'8" and play basketball?
Oh, both are horrible. I think 6'8" because that would help me with my career more, for sure.